And we move on to another big story today, which, about the release of Paralympian Oscar Pistorius. And for more on today's expected release, we now cross live to SABC News reporter Hasina Gori. Very good morning to you, Hasina. Thank you so much for joining us. Where are you and what's happening?
Good morning, Simpi. We're coming to you this morning from outside the Kgosi Mampuru prison here in Atchedville in the north of Pretoria, where the former Paralympian and Olympian and convicted murderer Oscar Pistorius is expected to be released on parole. It's been a long and arduous journey, for him, but also the family of the victim, Riva Steenkamp. Oscar Pistorius is serving a 13-year and 5-month prison sentence for the murder of his girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp, in February 2013 on that fateful Valentine's Day, when it is believed that Riva Steenkamp died after being shot multiple times through a bathroom door. Oscar Pistorius was found guilty and convicted of culpable homicide first in the 2014. So in the next year, he was found guilty of culpable homicide. But after many appeals and various processes, that sentencing was converted and upgraded to murder. His sentence, which was first 5 months, then moved to 5 years, then moved to 6 years, and then finally the 15 years, which is the minimum prescribed sentencing for the crime of murder, was then put in, and he was then serving 13 years, 5 months. Given the time that he already had spent, he had first applied also for correctional supervision or house arrest first. That was granted in 2016 before all the different appeals took place. His appeal also for parole has taken 2 attempts. He first brought it last year. However, he was denying it, saying that he did not meet the minimum requirements of the time spent. However, after a constitutional court appeal, which was overturned, seeing that it was earnest in the way that the sentence was calculated, he was then found that he was eligible for parole. That was granted in November last year, but it begins today on January the 5th. That's where we are here right now. It's believed that he will be released at some time today. It's unsure when exactly. We're told by the Department of Correctional Services that he will be treated as just any other inmate, that they will not be giving any privy information with regards to what time he will be released, as that is also a security concern for the inmate and his family as well. But he will go through the normal processes. And I'll just talk you through that process of what is expected to take place. We believe that he will wake up as usual here, have breakfast, change into civilian clothes, and then have his fingerprints taken and be released to the Correctional Services officer, who will then take him to the community center, where he will then be processed by the parole officer, who will be in charge, of the monitoring officer, who will then be part of his parole system. His family will also be there. They will be given the rules that he will have to abide by, including not being able to take any substances, alcohol at that time. He will also have to, be at home within a specific time. The Department of Correctional Services hasn't given information on the time as yet. They said that is personal information, but he will have a certain time that he would have to be home. He would not be able to leave the area without advising his monitoring officer. If he moves homes, if he has new job opportunities, that also he would have to update his monitoring officer at that time. That's just the process we can expect today. We're unsure yet what time that will take place. But I'm going to just step out of shot and ask Masabata to show you what we're seeing right now. Quite a huge contingent of the media here. That's been the case throughout this trial. From the bail application, we've seen that media contingents camping outside from foreign and local media, quite interested in the case, given the high profile of Oscar Pistorius and his, just his legendary status at that time, and his role just in both local and international sporting, given that interest into the story as well. But I just want to, also explain to you with regards to the family of River Steenkamp, the victim, her mom, given a statement after the parole saying that while she does not believe that Oscar has been rehabilitated at this time, that she would not oppose him being released on parole. There are some other conditions that have been put into place, that Oscar will have to go to some gender-based violence courses. He will also have to go for anger management, which was some of the recommendations that the Steenkamp family had given for his release, saying that given the nature of the crime that he committed, and given just how serious it is, and given that gender-based violence is a concern in South Africa, that he should go for anger management, he should go for gender-based violence courses, just to ensure he understands and is able to rehabilitate to society once again. This is an ongoing story. We will try to keep you updated throughout the day as we get more information, as we see, what happens outside the Kgosi Mampuru prison here in Atteridgeville. For now, we believe Oscar Pistorius still inside this prison, behind the gates, most probably having his last breakfast here in prison, behind bars, and later on in the day be released to his uncle, where he would begin his parole sentence until October 2029. But for now, simply we're back to you in studio.
All right, Hasina, thank you so much for your update. Hasina Gori there is outside the Kgosi Mampuru prison, just giving us an update about Oscar Pistorius' imminent release. He'll be released any minute from now, and we've seen, on shot, a large media contingent just given his high-profile status and about his imminent release.